What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Wisco Man coming at ya with another reaction video. We doing a full album review this go round. Checking out JJ Lawhorn's Good Old Boy Gospel. This is the most recent one. Right around the time before he's actually gonna drop. Oh, what the hell was it? He's dropping. Give me a second. Oh, The Huntsman 2. That's what it was gonna be. Wow. Maybe I should just look up things before I start recording. But anyway, before we jump up in this, please make sure y'all smash that like button for this album review. Hit that sub and flip them notifications over to all. Now, the way I'm going to do this is, since this is pre-recorded, I will post this full album review that you're watching right now, and you will also later on see split-ups. Same as I would do with the live album reviews and whatnot. Now I'm just making sure to do a whole recording like this, because I figure it's probably better to do it this way. Pre-recorded. It allows me to concentrate a little bit more on the album and a little less on being distracted. Kind of rewinding back to how I used to do things. So that's enough of me babbling on about it. I think you guys get the point. I'm gonna flip over screens here, get the window capture right, and just list off. It looks like this is gonna be a 10-track album. And we have, what, 1, 2... It's looking like probably 2 music videos on this one. Maybe more, maybe less, I'm not sure. But that's just judging by the thumbnails. Because it looks like about the first 2 are going to be music videos. And normally, I know I said I was going to stop babbling, but normally I wouldn't be checking out a gospel album. Honestly, that's not my lane of listening or any of that kind of stuff, especially now that I'm not huge into Christian religion anymore. But it's JJ Lawhorn, man. And just to throw this out for JJ who might see this, like, I've appreciated your music. That Huntsman album was pretty dope. It's been a while since I listened to anything from it, not gonna lie. It's actually been a while since I concentrated on listening to your music, but I want to do a few album reviews here so I can get back to having you in the rotation, especially with everything that's happened amongst the independent music scene, you know, with Upchurch and whatnot. I'm trying to get back to some of the basics, giving more love to you, giving more love to Taylor Ray Holbrook, Big Murph, and all these artists that keep to themselves. Stay on their own shit. Stay the fuck out of the bullshit, you know? So anyway. Hell, if I could remember, what's your... Well, hell, I have the albums pulled up. Stomping Grounds. These are my stomping grounds. I remember that one. And that's like probably one of the old school ones that I used to throw back to. I know you had some of the truck stuff, but that's the thing, like, if you've watched JJ at all, like, he seems like a good old boy, chill as fuck, like, now, but, like, if you knew a little bit about him coming up, like, I only ran into him when he finally did some stuff with Upchurch, but I'm sure he was around the scene before then. Dude. He ain't lying when you say you just don't fuck with him. Like, you gonna learn today if you go fucking around. And that's... Fucking love this good old boy. So, enough from me. Let's go ahead and jump up into the... list of the songs quick. That's what I wanted to do. He's Everywhere. Number 2 is More Than Enough. Number 3 is Thank You for This Day. Power in the Blood. Kick the Devil. Just Up the Road. I Saw Jesus. If I Don't Wake Up Next to You. Planting the Seed. And Big Guns. So it might be a gospel album. And to be completely honest with you, I don't really have a huge problem with gospel. It's just not my choice of listening usually. Like, just based on the titles, like, this seems like it might be pretty fucking chill. So, that being said, first one off the album. Again, this album dropped about 2 months ago. He's Everywhere. Let's go ahead and jump up in it.
The smell of tobacco and hardwood smoke, red sun sitting on an old fence post, cottonmouth shuffling through the cypress knees, wood duck roosted in a swamp oak tree. He's everywhere. Open your eyes and see fields of gold and...
You know, I've said this before in reaction to JJ. I'm quite certain, and I'll say it again. Like, dude, he just has that fucking signature voice. That's probably one of my favorite things about him is his accent. Like, it's so unique. I mean, maybe some of the people from the South hear more of that, but, dude, I've traveled all over the United States, and I can honestly say, like, JJ has a unique accent, and I fucking love it, dude.
And amber grains, purple mountains and them fruited plains. How could you not realize?
Yo, I will say this. I'm super jealous of y'all's caves and shit out that way. Like, I think I'm gonna get into some caving this summer out here in Colorado. Honestly, I'm sure we've got a few. I know we have the one that's down by Colorado Springs, so I'm sure I can find some more.
God hung the stars up in them skies. He's everywhere. Open your eyes and see. He made it all just for you and me. So don't tell me that he ain't real. Don't ask me where he'll be. He's everywhere. Open your eyes and see. Oh. Cattle beller in a hoot owl sings, whitetail slipping through a deep ravine, horses trotting up a grassy hill, west line a bouncing off the windowsill. He's everywhere. Open your eyes.
You know, another thing I'm thinking with is, like, a lot of the time you hear the term gospel, and my first thought is like, oh, this is gonna be a lot of Jesus talk and all that kind of stuff. But like, this is just so far strictly like praising God and shit like that. It's not like church music necessarily, but dude, it's like chill ass country style too. Like, it's still JJ's style, man. Like, dude, I'm fucking with this shit already. Like, I'll tell you right now, so far this song sounds like something that I would listen on regular and have no qualms about it.
He made it all just for you and me. So don't tell me that he ain't real. Don't ask me where he'll be. He's everywhere. Open your eyes and see. Oh.
You do a little bit of hillbilly giddy up there. I like that little dance. That's dope.
Born in dove and the bobwhite quail.
My grandma saw me doing some shit like that up on a fucking down tree. She'd be like, get your ass down from there before you break your neck. I'm fucking with it, man. I fuck with it because I'm goofy ass motherfucker just like that.
Hound dog burning up a cottontail, sycamore stretching out over the creek. If you listen close, you'll hear him speak. He's everywhere. Open your eyes and see. He made it all just for you and me. So don't tell me that he ain't real. Don't ask me where he'll be. He's everywhere. Open your eyes and see. Oh.
That's that Barefoot Bandit gang. You guys catch that shit? He be going barefoot around like church does all the time.
He's everywhere.
I can honestly say, as country as I was growing up, and I mean, I didn't really look at it like country, because we didn't, like, sure, once in a while you took a trip to the big city or whatever, you know, like Minneapolis, or half-ass big like Madison or some shit like that, but, like, we didn't really look at, you know, our small towns like necessarily country. Sure, you had your like super rednecks that like had a point to prove by calling themselves rednecks, but like I didn't really start truly identifying country, redneck, whatever until my adult life, especially once I moved to a bigger city, and I was like, yeah, I'm not as comfortable here. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't regret the move, but I'm moving more towards the mountains for sure. And anyway, the point being, the country part of it, like, I can honestly say, like, outside of maybe in the lawn or some shit like that being barefoot, man, my ass was not going in the woods barefoot. At least not often. Like, I didn't have the calluses developed like some people. Maybe even my grandpa didn't really do that shit, honestly. But, like, dude, I cut my fucking foot open on a goddamn branch or some shit. I know that sounds like a goddamn pansy, but, bro, call me a pansy. I don't fuck. I go barefoot around the yard and shit, but as soon as I get into shit like this, like, bro, I ain't trying to climb. You know, the rocks, fine. But the woods, oh, fuck, shit, that would tear my feet up.
In your eyes and see, open your eyes and see.
Yeah. Yep. That was definitely a song that I could rock with. Like, no joke. And in my case, like, yes, I believe in God, so if some people come across this that are more on the atheist realm, I can understand how you wouldn't really want to listen to this kind of stuff. But me, I grew up Catholic. Like, I grew up around this stuff, so, like, as long as I don't feel like you're pushing a shit ton of, like, Jesus stuff towards me, dude, I'm fine with the God stuff. I'm fine with everything else. And JJ's strong in his beliefs, and I respect the hell out of that. This one says, Luke 4:18, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim liberty to the captives and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed. Thanks for your support. God bless, JJ. Dude, he's always just so chill. Like, honestly, for an example, for a lot of other people, like, especially the people who start to push shit, like, this is what you're supposed to be about. You know, you can make an album, you can proclaim your love for God and all that kind of stuff, but, like, not pushing it on other people. I've never once seen JJ go pushing shit, you know? He's just strong in his belief, as I said, and I respect the hell out of that. Alright, so we got the second one off this album. It's More Than Enough. Again, 2 months ago, this one posted.
Lord, there was times that I knew that I wasn't right with you. I was trying to hide from you.
Dude, his voice is so soothing, too. Like, I think that's what I like about this gospel album so far, is just, like, real chill, soothing, calm. Like, I like it. And added note for country artists, country rap artists, whoever happens to be in this kind of more country boy lane. Dude, I love the campfires and shit. Like, I love the hell out of that. I love the dudes that, like, if you think it might be boring or just normal, non-eventful type shit for some of your viewers that aren't necessarily in the country. Like, sure, for the average person that has that every single day, that's great. That might be something you're used to. But for somebody who feels like they're lacking it in their life from time to time, which I did for a long time here until I started working up in the mountains, dude, I love the stuff like that. And to this day, no joke, I still don't get as much campfire time as I'd like. I haven't had a campfire in fucking 2 years. Yeah. I think probably like 2 years, man. And I cherish shit like this. It's stuff you probably take for granted when you live there, because I know I did. But that's the kind of stuff that I miss from, like, literally the fire pit in the backyard and stuff. Now living in an apartment, yeah, good luck. I'll pay a little bit more just to have a fireplace so I can kind of go back a little bit.
But you always found me, and I don't even know why, but I'd blame you for just about everything. Oh, a lot of bad things happened to me.
I think everybody's had them bad days, bad weeks, bad months, whatever. Like when you just want to punch the hell out of the steering wheel. Hell, one of my work trucks used to have a busted horn thing, and I think my boss started that one actually, and then I adopted that truck, and I might have increased it.
But that wasn't you, because Lord, you are good. Your mercy, it goes on forever.
So clean that I don't know what you'd call it, a falsetto, or man, I'm rusty with my music class knowledge. It's been a minute. But the higher pitch that he went to, that was beautiful, dude. He pulled that shit off. Didn't no voice crack, no. Shit, my voice would have squeaked like 2 octaves below that.
Because Lord, you are good. Your mercy, it goes on forever. Oh, your light is so bright that you made this blind man see. Then, Lord, you are good. Your mercy, it goes on forever. It's more than enough for an old country boy like me. Yeah, I took your name in vain, ran the other way, but Lord, you took me back again, just like a long-lost friend. And I don't know where I'd be if it weren't for you here with me. Ooh. Lord, you are good. Your mercy, it goes on forever.
I'm gonna assume that's his wife and kid. Like that shit just makes me smile. Like he's got it good, that's for sure.
Oh, your light was so bright that you made this blind man see. Because Lord, you are good. Your mercy, it goes on forever. Oh, it's more than enough for an old country boy like me. Lord, there was times that I knew that I wasn't right with you. I was trying to hide from you, but you always found me.
More Than Enough was the title on that one, and yeah, man, I like the imagery on the music video. Very simplistic and still throws me back, like I said, imagery of the country and stuff like that just makes me reminisce. And him showing like his wife and daughter and stuff like that, like that's just, I love it, man. Showing your thankfulness, showing your appreciation, that's dope. That's the kind of stuff that lets your fans connect to you, and I've said that with other artists in the past, and I appreciate you for that, JJ. This one is 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if any man is in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. And yet again it says, thank you for your support. God bless you, JJ Lawhorn. Nope, it's not going to let me. Okay. Third one off the album is going to be from 2 months ago. And maybe we might actually have music videos on all these. I'm not sure. Oh, it says official audio, though. So, I don't know. Anyway. Thank you for this day. Let's jump up in it.
Yesterday was a downpour with all the storms that I've been through, but I still woke up this morning and I laced up these old boots. I've been praying for a long time for a little bit of sunshine. It was dark outside, but I see that first sunlight. And it's a glorious sunrise, painting that red sky. It took my breath away, it made me want to say, Lord, thank you for this day. Oh, there ain't a cloud above me. Lord, you must really love me. Oh, you went out of your way, and I just gotta say, Lord, thank you for this day.
I like the little yell there. That was like just a little amp up. Just a little amp up to go with it.
It ain't always sunny out, the silver lining disappears when the sky's getting angry and the devil's whispering in my ear. I don't hear what he's saying, I keep on pushing, keep on praying. It was dark outside, but I see that first sunlight. And it's a glorious sunrise, painting that red sky. Oh, it took my breath away, it made me want to say, Lord, thank you for this day. Oh, there ain't a cloud above me. Lord, you must really love me. Oh, you went out of your way, and I just had to say, Lord, thank you for this day. And it's a glorious morning without warning. Lord, you blew the clouds away, and I just had to say, thank you for this day. Yeah. Oh, it ain't a cloud above me. Lord, you must really love
like the guitars on that. Right at the end, I was almost questioning if there was harmonica in it, but it was like, oh, it doesn't quite have that scream that the harmonica has. And then as he tuned out, you could kind of tell it was just a play on the electric guitar. Like, I love the tones. I love the way it was played. I think it was definitely a chill-ass tune. So far, this entire album really just feels like something you can be cruising around the truck, cruising around wherever, and I think that's where JJ's, like, speaking to us here. With just something chill that you can play. You know, it's just an upbeat, keep that positive attitude, like, going about your day, doing your things. You're either running errands or you're doing shit on the farm or whatever. Like, this is that, you know, how's Church put it? Timeless type stuff. You know? Like, he's not focusing on any Billboard and chart and stuff. I mean, gospel for the most part. Like, maybe they have their own, I don't know if there's Billboard charts for gospel. I have no idea. But what I will say is, like, this is just real chill, has JJ's signature voice, cruising type music to me. I could ride across country when I used to drive for work and listen to this kind of stuff, honestly. Oh, don't do what I think you're gonna do. Go to next song. Alright, this next one, the fourth one off the album, is Power in the Blood.
Lucifer, buddy, he loved me, 'cause we hardly ever even disagree. I lived like hell, ran like the wind, said I didn't need Jesus, but I always did. Oh, there's power in his blood. Oh, there's power.
I love this boom, chit, like, just this real, I don't know what to call it. It just gives me, like, that stop beat feel, man. That's the best way for me to term it, I guess. But I like that. Obviously, we're getting a little bit more into Jesus, the devil, that kind of stuff. But, you know, like I said, I grew up with it, so you know what I mean? But I do love the music of this. Like, the way he's singing, the way this is put together, it's dope, man.
Power in his blood. Thought that devil was my best friend, until all them hard times started rolling in. He stole my joy and he stole my peace, tried to brand my soul with the mark of the beast. But there's power in his blood. Oh, there's power in his blood. Make a dead man climb up out the mud. Yeah, there's power in his blood. I was off the rails, about to lose control. Man, there was a war being fought for my soul, and I was broken, I was so ashamed, when he said, call upon my name. Yeah, there's power in my blood.
You know, something I caught in there, he says that he was so broken, so ashamed. And I know that's common human emotion. And this is by no means any religious advice. But for people in general, if you have an inkling to feel ashamed for anything in your life, that's your motivation to change. That's your motivation to not be or do whatever you're supposedly ashamed of. I never believe that there is any amount of pressure from anywhere that should make you do something that you're ashamed of doing. That's just, I mean, maybe somebody will throw something in the comments, what if this, what if that? I'm not denying that you might come up with something like that, but off the top of my head, what I can think of, if there's anything I'd ever be ashamed of, usually I considered it. Not that I never made mistakes, but the answer would just be, don't do it, bro. Like, do what you believe in. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's power in my blood. And I cried out, I said, Jesus, please, don't let the devil get the best of me. I'm a sinner, Lord, I confess. Help me get out of all this mess. I know there's power in Jesus' blood. I need that power that's in your blood. Come on, make this dead man climb up out the mud. Oh, there's power in his blood. Yeah, there's power, power, power in Jesus' blood. Y'all, there's power, power, power in Jesus' blood. Make a dead man walk, make a blind man see, make a deaf man hear. You better listen to me. Make a mute man talk, make a weak man strong. Yeah, he'll make things alright when everything goes wrong. Brother, there's power in Jesus' blood. Man, there's power.
Yo, I was gonna wait till the end, but I'll just pause it and say it now. Like, this is rocking. Like, for a gospel album, and I guess I don't have much frame of reference because I don't listen too much. But what I'm saying is, this is rocking, dude. I am vibing to this song. Like, as much as I wasn't huge on the lyrics starting out, like, for my own personal listening preferences, I can kind of look past it and just focus more on what I do enjoy about it. And that's, like, rocking out, like, JJ singing. I love his, God, what do you call that? That grit, that attitude that he has in his voice. Like, that is, this is straight up like some Southern rock shit.
In my Jesus' blood, He made this dead man climb up out the mud. Oh, there's power in His
Trying to think of what that was plucking right at the end there. The best I can come up with is more acoustic guitar, but it sounds just slightly different. Almost like ukulele or something. I don't know. Either way, I can't pinpoint it on this one. But I do like it. I like that different sound, the more plucking sound and whatnot. But yeah. Yeah, man. It was just a rockin' fucking song, man. Honestly. And, like, I'll just throw this out here on this one. This is, like, no hate whatsoever. And this is directed towards anybody who does like gospel music, who you know, might be a huge fan of JJ, or even to JJ if he sees this. Like, I don't want you to take any offense to what I'm saying on the more Christian themes. I'm definitely throwing absolutely no hate whatsoever. I'm doing my best to try to be honest and avoid saying too offensive of things on the particular Christian topic, and that's only because of my own beliefs. Not that I have any other, like, I'm not Muslim or I'm not Buddhist or any of that other stuff. It's just because I don't follow anymore. It's my own preference thing. But the rest of it, like I said, like, praising God and all that stuff, like, dope, man. Real dope, honestly. And even with this song, I would still rock out to this one, honestly. I really would. The Southern rock feel was dope. And was that... Now I almost feel like I need to go back just a second. There was organ in there too, wasn't there? Or am I wrong? Yeah, right there, the chords that were being played, I'm pretty sure that's organ too, which I thought was dope. But yeah, I love the Southern rock feel of that one. So let's go ahead and jump into the fifth one. This is Kick the Devil. Again, 2 months ago. I know I stopped saying that, but I'm pretty sure this whole thing's going to be about 2 months ago. But we got Kick the Devil, so let's jump up in it.
Come on! Come on!
Another music video. Look at that. I like it.
I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me.
I will say this before we get too far, and I already like the little bouncy feel to this song right off the bat. But I will say this. I love that. So a lot of people that are going to go and put the album cover for the video, this is just the official audio. No music video, right? I love that he still did something so simple to bring that country feel into it, to bring us into his life a little bit with the visual. Like, he still opened the video up with that and stuff. I think that's a dope touch, rather than simply just doing the album cover. Now, of course, I would always love music videos, but the artist will do what the artist will do, and I respect the hell out of him for what would normally be no music video. He's at least bringing something into it.
I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. Man, he tried to steal my joy and he tried to steal my peace, but I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. He's been crawling on my back for way too long, but I'm getting sick and tired of singing these old sad songs. But I found Jesus, and I know what he done for me. It's about time I started kicking that devil in the teeth. Come on, I said I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. Yeah, he tried to steal my joy and he tried to steal my peace, but I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. I'm gonna pray that the good Lord gives me spiritual boost, and I'm gonna keep a kicking and a swinging until he swallows every tooth. Yeah, I know Jesus, I know the power that he gave to me.
Like, even if I'm not one to believe in the whole Christian devil thing, like, I love how this fucking thing rocks. Like, just say, I'm gonna kick that motherfucker in the teeth. I'm gonna kick the devil in the teeth. Like, you can even look at it from because I look at the description of the devil as like a description of any evil. And that's honestly, like, even from more of an agnostic point of view, like, kick the devil in the teeth is still a badass way of putting it. And this is a little, like I said, just kind of a bouncing tune, like, going right with it. Like, I'm gonna kick the devil in the teeth. I know I probably didn't say much there, but I'm just loving this vibe, dude. I really am. This whole album's been pretty dope. Like, this is a riding around in the country, riding across the country. Like, if you're working, you got long travels, any of that kind of stuff. This is the kind of shit you could listen to. And, like, to somebody like Captain Kurt's credit for bringing this kind of stuff up. This is the kind of stuff that you could play for your kids. You know what I mean? Like, there's no ill will here. There's, you know what I mean? But I guess that's kind of the theme of gospel in general.
And that's why I'm gonna kick this devil in the teeth. I said I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. Man, he tried to steal my joy and he tried to steal my peace, but I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. Man, he tried to steal my joy and he tried to steal my peace. I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me. Yeah, he ain't never gonna steal my joy. He ain't never gonna steal my peace. I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth and he gonna run away from me. I'm gonna kick that devil in the teeth for all of the things that he done to me.
Dope, man. I like the Hound Dog opening to this one, too. I really like the Hound Dog opening of this one. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into number 6 off the album. We got Just Up the Road. Again, for the sake of breakup, Good Old Boys gospel album from J.J. Lawhorn 2 months ago. Damn, dude. He's got like 200 and some likes. I mean, he's obviously getting out there with people that would like the gospel music and others like myself, I guess. I mean, he's getting decent amount of views on it. He's got the likes. Like, that's some pretty good exposure for what I would think of as a gospel album. But maybe there's just more people that like gospel than I figure. Or maybe it's a lot of people like me who love JJ. So, alright, Just Up the Road. Let's jump up in it.
You done blown out your tire in the middle of nowhere. You're 20 miles from town and you ain't got no spare, don't you?
So far, it's like calling to a scenario that I'm sure everybody's dealt with, like having that kind of a day, blowing the tire out and all that kind of stuff, and this, like, I fuck with that drum and bass beat too.
You know, I live just up the road. When the lady at the
You know what I just thought of? This song finally made me think of it. This whole album has that Country Roads Take Me Home type feel. That's what I think the vibe is I'm getting off this. Not that they're all identical to that, but when I said cruising through the country, you could do long road trips with this kind of album, like Country Roads Take Me Home. That's this kind of shit.
storefront gets to talking some. She tells me I sound kind of funny and she asks me where I'm from, don't you know? I live just up the road, around the bend, through the trees. Honey, I'll come running if you call out to me. Just remember when you go, if you need me, I live just up the road. I opened up the door and said, "Ma'am, please come a man like you, don't you know? Honey, I live just up the road, around the bend, through the trees. Honey, I'll come running if you call out to me. Just remember when you go, if you need me, I live just up the road. Notice that bruise on your face. I know you didn't fall down the stairs at your mama's place. Honey, don't you know, if it's giving you a hard time, I live just up the road, round the bend, through the trees. Honey, I'll come running if you call out to me. Just remember when you go, if you need me, honey, I live just up the road. If you need me, honey, I live just up the road.
I think that was more organ playing. It's actually, like, honestly, I think that was the one fun thing about church is I think that would have been one of my more enjoyable things was the organ. And believe it or not, your boy actually was a server at my church growing up, like from 2nd grade all the way to like 18, bro. So it's not that I don't know the religion by any means. I've just chosen, I wouldn't say a different path, just less church, you know? So I still fuck with all this shit. Like, it throws me back to, like, childhood and growing up and whatnot. And no real, like, super bad memories, honestly. Like, that's why I appreciate, JJ for this album, honestly. Like, it's a real good old boy, like I said, country roads take me home, man. That's, I think, perfectly accurate when I finally thought of that. In my mind, anyways. That's the feel that I get for this. So, what do we got? We gotta go to number 6 off the album. Again, 2 months ago. Oh, no. Just Up the Road was number 6. I'm off. We got number 7 off the album. It is I Saw Jesus. So, 2 months ago, let's go ahead and jump up in this one. You know what I just realized too? I'm noticing similar view counts on all these and similar like counts. So I'm thinking like he has like a set crowd that really listened to the whole album. That's kind of cool that you have that kind of following, man. Like, I think that's really cool. Them some gorgeous mountains you got going in the background there. Oof. This is kind of like the backgrounds that I like to do up here and shit like that. Like, in this case, it's the one that I call multi-liquid or whatever. But, like, sometimes you guys, and I've had people mention they get motion sick and different things from it. Like, I'm sorry. You're one of however many that watch it, and it's one of those decisions where I figure it's worth the chance. If you can't watch it, so be it. But I love the background. I think it presents a great ambience, and I think other people enjoy it as well. But yeah, I am referring to it specifically because I do enjoy what JJ's done with this. Like, I'm assuming that's the Smokies, but I'm not 100% perfect on the geography out that way. But I do think he's still by the Smokies, if not obviously part of the Appalachian range, which I'm sure I'm saying that like shit with my accent. Sorry, JJ.
I was lost in the pines trying to find my way.
You know what that blue tinge reminds me of, though? And blue tinge, as you look over the mountains, that reminds me of, I want to say Blue Mountains or Blue Mountains or something like that, out in Australia. Like, because I went and did some hiking out there when I still talked to my mom. And, dude, the vast difference in what I'm used to here, like, that was just so awe-inspiring. I think it's called the Blue Mountains. I'm not sure, though. Somebody else might know. I'm pretty sure that was when we were still in Sydney area, but I'm not sure.
Every other turn was another mistake. Kept telling myself, man, there ain't no doubt. If I can make it to the top, I can figure it out. I kept on climbing and wondering what I'd see. And when I made it up there, he was looking back at me. Ooh, I saw Jesus when I looked out over the Smoky Mountains.
I'm an idiot. I guess I probably heard this part of the hook on like Instagram or something. And I ain't gonna lie, like, so obviously I knew it was the Smoky Mountains. I didn't consciously remember it, but subconsciously I'm assuming I remembered it. Dude, I will say this. I love the woos. I'm not gonna try to carry the note because I'll probably crack. I can't sing. But anyway, I remember seeing like a brief preview of this somewhere, probably on JJ's story. And I rock with this. Again, it kind of includes something that normally I'd be a little more turned off of, but he just has such a way of putting the music, man. Like, it's chill, especially with the woos.
I had to pinch myself cause it took my breath away. Yeah, the sky was the color of cotton candy. Never seen a sunset quite so dandy. Miles and miles of navy blue in every shade of every hue. Ooh, I saw Jesus when I looked out over the Smoky Mountains. I had to pinch myself cause it took my breath away.
I'm sorry, I'll stop, but it's a vibing song, bro. This again goes with that cruising feel of this whole album.
Oh, I saw Jesus when I looked out over the Smoky Mountains. And I ain't never gonna be the same. Ain't never gonna be the same. I felt a peace coming over me that I just can't explain. I never met that man in my life, but somehow I knew his name. Ooh, I saw Jesus when I looked out over the Smoky Mountains. I had to pinch myself cause it took my breath away. Oh, I saw Jesus when I looked out over the Smoky Mountains. And I ain't never gonna be the same. I ain't never gonna be the same. Ooh, I saw Jesus when I looked out over the Smoky Mountains.
Beautiful song, man. Beautiful song. You know, I'll say this too. We're what? This was 7 in. Yeah, that was the 7th one off the album, and 7 in, I can say this. You put me in a good mood today. This is the first music that I've checked out today. It's my Sunday, it is Sunday. It's also happens to be my Sunday before I go into work early. I'm going to try to do one more album review today if I have the time, but I'm not sure that I'll be able to snag it. We'll see. But either way, my point is, at the time of recording this, I just got done recording a bunch of Upchurch vlogs and catching up on all sorts of... the best way to put it is a bunch of fucking drama. Not church's fault, but a bunch of drama. Within the quote-unquote country rap community, I guess. Where I ended off was kind of the bummer about ACAL and stuff like that. Not here to talk a lot about that, just setting where my mood was at yesterday. I felt really let down and bummed and not 100% sure what I should get into, but I wanted to get into music today, and I chose to get into this album. At this point, 7 songs in, I want to say thank you, JJ Lawhorn, for making a beautiful album like this. Even though I've made comment of it, the riff with not following Christianity anymore. But, I try to be as impartial and honest at the same time in listening. Point being is, thank you. You have perked up my spirits. You've made it a brighter day. And this has been an absolutely beautiful album so far, and I'm sure it will only continue. So, number 8 off the album. This is JJ Lawhorn, If I Don't Wake Up Next to You, off the Good Ol' Boys Gospel album. 2 months ago.
Honey, we go together just like we
do. I gotta say this again, and I kind of said it earlier, but every time you show your wife and daughter in the music video or in the whatever you want to, I guess, music video is probably the term I'll go with here. Dude, every time you do that, it makes me smile. Like, I'm so happy for you, man. That is awesome that you have a good life, that you've settled down to live the good old life, which is exactly, again, like, along with the country vibe and the country roads take me home type vibe that I've talked about, the cruising vibe. That's, this is just that good old boy. I love it, man. I really do.
Butter and jelly harmony is you and me just smiling at each other, saying nothing. We go together like an apple and a pie. Tastes so good it'll make you wanna cry. I'm gonna love you forever. I pray the good Lord calls us home together. But honey, if I make it there before you do, just know that I'll be counting down the seconds. If one day I don't wake up next to you, honey, now don't you go and get too fretted and a frowning. I don't mean to make you.
Yo, this whole song just goes off of more of what I was talking about with the imagery that he was playing off the start. But that good old boy living the good life, like, for real. Even the lyrics, this video just goes perfect. If I don't wake up next to you, like, just praising his wife and daughter, like, that's awesome, man.
Sad, but time just keeps on counting, and it ain't gonna stop for you or me. Life is a bittersweet melody, but I'm gonna love you forever. I pray the good Lord calls us home together. Honey, if I make it there before you do, just know that I'll be counting down the seconds. one day I don't wake up next to you.
You know, just I was vibing to the whole thing, but as I kind of listened to the instrumentation a little bit more, like this is again that, and I love that simple. It's very country style, like old school country style drumming. I love it. That's again, like JJ's just done such a good job throwing me back to childhood, like the simplistic, like. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I would much rather listen to this album than any mainstream shit that would be on a country station. Like, by far. I'd much rather listen to this cruising around. Truthfully.
If one day I don't wake up next to you, honey, now we go together just like peanut butter and jelly.
There's something to be said for such simple shit, man. There's something to be said for such simple shit. I'm not saying all my desires in life are super simple. But at the core of this, like the wife, the daughter, the simple country life, like some things that I would absolutely love about that, you know? Still love me my mountains. My high altitude mountains. Well, a little different. I mean, my city's as high as the Appalachians, so. Not talking shit, just saying. Difference in environment. And then, you know, I do love some of the creature comforts of the city. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely not as country as JJ, and there's nothing bad about how country JJ is, and there's nothing bad about how city you could call me, per se. But I definitely feel uncomfortable with the current spot I'm in, and that's why I'm moving closer to the mountains. Some balance in between for me. Especially post-2020, dude. Not gonna lie. Especially post-2020. Because people in the city started to realize, and I speak coming from both worlds a little bit, growing up in the country and living in the city. You live in the city, and that's the easiest way they can take your entire life away from you. Like that. Country people, how much freedom did you have during that time? A lot more, I would assume. Matter of fact, I know a lot more because my family and friends are still back in Wisconsin, and I know they had a lot more freedom than we did here. So, there's something to be said for both. Creature comforts are great till they take them away. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Love this whole chill ass album, man. Whole chill album. So, we got, again, 2 months ago, J.J. Lawhorn planting the seed. Good Old Boy Gospel album. Beautiful, beautiful. Those aren't sunflowers. What are those? I'm not sure what they are, but the yellow flowers are very beautiful. That's what I'll say. Are they like maybe daisies? I need to get me back out in the mountains, man. You're making me miss some of the country shit. Like, don't get me wrong, I work there like every day, but it's a little different when you get to go have your own free time and go hiking and stuff like that. Like, I need to get back out there. For real, for real.
I heard you said I've gone a different kind of crazy, talking out of my head, saying Jesus died to save me. You say I don't care, brother, you should know. Don't ask me to church, I ain't gonna go. You can keep your Jesus, don't waste no sermon on me. But I ain't preaching to you, buddy, I'm just planting the seed. And I know you think you'll forget all of this tomorrow, man, I did too. Next thing I'm drowning in my sorrow, and I felt like I could lay it down and die. Then he dried my tears and he changed my life. And next thing I knew, brother, Jesus started growing on me. preaching to you, buddy. I'm just planting the seed. I'm planting the seed. I'ma break the ground and I'm gonna dig down deep. I'm planting the seed, 'cause I know one day it'll turn into a good news tree. I'm just like you. Hey, I'm a sinner too, but he fixed my heart. And his love started taking root. You say I don't care, buddy, you should know. Don't ask me to church, I ain't gonna go. Don't take my word for it, brother, just wait and see. Hey, I ain't preaching to you, buddy, I'm just planting the seed. I'm planting the seed. I'ma break the ground and I'm gonna dig down deep. Oh, I'm planting the seed, 'cause one day I know it'll turn into a good news tree. I ain't preaching to you, brother, I'm just planting the seed. Hey, I ain't preaching to you, buddy, I'm just planting the seed.
All right, so conclusion-wise, I don't know. I'm gonna try to mix this one up because, like I said, I don't want to be a negative person. I don't try to be a negative person, but I don't like to sugarcoat shit. I don't like to lie to people either. So, instrumental was great. I liked the whole vibe of the song, the lyrics, the topic. That's where we get into the negative, which I'll try to be as respectful as I can with my own opinion. And obviously I chose to listen to the album, and I fully expected to come across something of this sort. And I guess what I will say, and this is where we're going to get into my opinion, and we can agree to disagree once I say it. This is where Christianity bothers me. And that's not why I checked this album out. I checked it out of respect for JJ. So I'm not going to harp on it by any means. But that's also kind of the point of what bothers me, is that the theme of Christianity, other than believing in Jesus, to me, having grown up with it and having been around many different denominations, not that I necessarily went to all the churches, but having friends of various different denominations. One common theme other than believing in Jesus is often believing and pushing your faith on other people. Now, I've come across a few that were nicer that did not. And as JJ said here, he's not preaching, brother. He's just planting the seed, which is all well and good, but as not necessarily a heathen, not like, screw God and all that kind of stuff, but as somebody who just simply believes in God. And I don't want to change your beliefs. That's not what I'm trying to do here. But I do want to put it out there because amongst religion, it just seems so hard for people to understand this. If I ask for your help, and I realize he's not, it's his album. I chose to listen to it, so I understand that. But this is where I get bothered by any religion. If I ask for your help in my belief system, in my struggle with spirituality, which I have in the past, that's great. You offer your help. You do what you can do to share your belief system with me. That's great. But if someone is not, this is where this kind of stuff makes me feel uncomfortable. And this particular song, as I said, I chose to listen to it, so I don't fault JJ for that. I'm only providing my opinion on the topic for some to understand why I might not be as prone to listen to gospel music. But this would be the only one off the entire album, with my complete honesty, that I probably wouldn't listen to as much, because it did kind of bother me. And that's just for my different view set. So take that for what it's worth. I think the instrumental was great, as I said, JJ. I think the instrumental was great. I thought your singing was great. I tried to still look at the positives of the song for you. And as I said, there was nothing fault besides topic in my mind. And that was only because of my own predisposition, I think is the best way to put it. So hopefully I handled that as positively as I could and still gave you props respectfully. So, all right. And for those on album review, like I said, I only share that opinion because I'm trying to be honest here. It's not to down anybody by any means. Number 9. Oh, no. Number 9 was Planting the Seed. So now we close it out with something I'm quite certain just about all of us can enjoy out of this. Throw us back a little bit with some old mini cannons and shit. That's dope, man. That's dope. So 2 months ago, we got J.J. Lawhorn, Big Guns, Good Old Boy Gospel.
TV just in time to see those towers fall. I turned around, I looked up at my daddy, said, I can't believe what I just saw. Then he told me, son, this world is full of evil, and it's still around just like it's always been. But listen here, I'm gonna tell you the reason why us people, we ain't afraid of the devil and his friends. We got big old guns, we got great big
I love how he told that story, the dad telling the story to the kid kind of story. I believe he's calling back to his childhood if I listened correctly there. And I love how he told the story so far. Obviously, I started out smiling because of the old son, and I'm really feeling the throw to the country, throwing me back to more country days for my life. And then obviously it gets real sad, and he brings it back with we have big old guns. So I thought about saving this for the conclusion, but I'd rather try to quickly summarize it the best I can now. Being that this is a gospel album, and we can call back to some of my personal experience yet again. Those who have checked out my reactions before know I like to throw my opinion, bring my experiences, and make it part of. It's not just about the song; it's also about you're on my channel, and I can share my experiences with you. So, last song, those that are on the album review. Last song. I talked about my discomfort towards Christianity, right? So now I can bring in a story real quick of one of my experiences with that particular, he brought up the Twin Towers being brought down, right? 9/11. I remember asking my pastor, my priest, back when that happened. Because everybody had that question, where was God? Where was God? Where was God? And the public statement and basically my priest had the same rendition. Where was God? God was there crying right with us. I mean, shit, I ain't gonna lie. I'll tell it flat out. This is where I felt, and I'm sure others felt the same with me, and I'm sure there's other people that say I'm bad for feeling this way, but he was right there crying with us. He's the almighty, all-powerful person that can do anything in the entire world. And I get free will and all that debate, right? We're not going to go in the whole debate. I'm just going to tell you my simple response like many people had. Fuck your free will. Do something about it. What do you mean? Really? And I'm supposed to praise this person? That being said, it's not that I don't believe in God, and it's not that I'm not appreciative for life. It's just, it's those kind of things that were a challenge for me through any one belief system.
Angels, and we got an even bigger God. When I became a young man, the devil tried to kill me more times than a fella like me can count.
Dude, this is what I love about JJ. Like, amongst other things, the country in him, like, a feller and the way he talks and that accent, like, it's, like, truly, I hope this doesn't come off like I'm watching a monkey at the zoo and I'm, like, entertained. Like, no, this is just things that I'm thankful for in JJ. Like, if I was watching a monkey at the zoo, I'll tell you right now, if it comes off like that at all, I sure as hell would not be checking out a gospel album. I am purely checking this album out of respect for JJ and respect for his talent.
Oh, I sure had some close calls, but Jesus was always with me, and I knew that I would make it out.
And on that note, I sure had some close calls, and Jesus was always with me. I felt that, brother. I felt that, man. I really did. Because that is a big reason why I still believe in God. Number one, I mean, before we even talk about the close calls, like, I am a fairly logical person, and the lack of a creator makes no damn sense to me. None. Number two, the close calls. Or not necessarily number two, but just another reason. The close calls, dude. I mean, there was one point, and I won't get too far into it right now, but there was one point where I stared at my own death for well over a half an hour. Drowning scenario and whatnot. Middle of whitewater and all that. Whatever. That's the best way I can summarize it. Honestly, that moment was a moment where I realized that when it's my time to die, it's my time to die. Because logically, I could not logic myself to live in that situation. There was nothing to do to save me. And so many things lined up that people ended up showing up. Not just like a call to 911. 911 showed up. By the time their response time would have been there, I'd have been dead, period. There ain't no question about that. So we ain't going to worry about that. But anyway, it just so happened that people that were capable of doing something were in the area. And that's what, it's just events that line up. So you look at it and it's like, man, there ain't no question that there's a God. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that 100%.
'Cause I got big old guns, I got great big angels, and I got an even bigger God. I got big old guns, I got great big
I love that face and that just everything about that. After he shoots that cannon, it's just like, now that is one happy ass redneck, and that's exactly how my ass would be too.
angels, and I serve an even bigger God. Every patriot before me, they knew what was at stake. They fought for what was right, and they gave their lives. I've got that same blood in me. I can feel them right here with me, and I ain't ever been afraid to fight. 'Cause I got big old guns, I got great big angels, and I got an even bigger God. Yeah, we got big old guns, we got great big angels, and we've got an even bigger God.
Bruh, the lungs on you. God. To hit them notes, man, that's awesome.
We've got an even bigger God.
I love it, man. Big old guns and a bigger God. You say that again. All right. So, for a album conclusion here, I just want to say I absolutely loved it. As I said, Country Roads Take Me Home, cruising style feel through the whole thing. I'm glad you made it to this point, and hopefully I handled some of the honesty and negativity as gracefully as I could. I tried to still be transparent with my opinions on things, but try to be as respectful as I could given the topics and whatnot here. I can't say that I'm always as tactful, but I did my best because I do really appreciate JJ for this album. I appreciate JJ in general for making music, man. I really do. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. Is I think this was a phenomenal album. I would listen to it on repeat, especially if I were doing long distance drives and stuff like that and needed music on the playlist. I'd much rather listen to this album than any garbage that's on the radio nowadays. Not that there isn't a good song here or there, but I mean, this was far better. That's what I see. So, y'all like this reaction, go ahead and smash that like button. Thank you guys for commenting, sharing, subscribing. Please don't take too much offense to any of the negativity that I said here. That's not what it's intended to do, to offend anybody in their beliefs. It's just here for transparency and honesty, and if it provides healthy conversation for some people, great. If not, please move on and ignore me. But yeah, I really do appreciate y'all being here. Thank you, JJ, for this album, and we will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.